Hello guys, this is Al from OpenMediaVault channel. Welcome again. This is a new episode on how to. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click on the bell icon so you get notified every time I make a new video. About 5 years ago, I done the Pi hole on a Raspberry Pi. Today we're going to do something similar using different application. We're going to use Adguard Home. We're going to use it Docker, Portainer, and everything is on the same server with OpenMediaVault. This is the code. Don't forget, all the links are in the description below. Let's go to Portainer. That's what we're going to use today. I already got some containers there, and we're using OpenMediaVault where I have already installed Portainer and Docker, as you can see here. So let's open the Portainer. I'm going to create a new stack. So I'm going to create a new stack. I'm going to call it Adguard all in lowercase. Make sure it is lowercase. I already got the code. It's a little bit different. This is, for example, as you can see here, what you can find on the Docker website. But I'm going to use the Mac VLAN because I want to make sure that Adguard is using his own IP address that is being given from my router. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy and paste there, and I'm going to change some of the values that will reflect my router. So I'm going to paste it, and here we're going to change a few things. We're going to change some of the IP address. We're going to change the gateway. We're going to change the MAC address. I'm going to recreate one MAC address. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to interfaces, and I'm going to copy this interface name here, ENP0S10. This is what I need for you. If you don't have, for example, OpenMediaVault, you do normal Docker, just go on the command prompt and just type ifconfig, and you get the information there, including the gateway and so on and so forth. So as you can see, the parent, I've already changed that to the correct one. For the IP4 address, I'm going to leave it as it is, 192.168.1.3 for now. As I said, I'm going to use Mac VLAN, and here I'm going to change, after that's been done, I'm going to change the subnet. I'm going to leave it the subnet as it is. I'm just going to change my gateway. This is what I really need to change, and I'm going to put the one I got that I usually use for tutorials 254. For the IP range, I'm going to just leave it as it is. As you can see, not much of the difference. For the MAC address on top, I just generated one, so it shouldn't be any problem. Again, this one I think just came from there, but you can actually generate. I got a generator for a MAC address, but you just come up with some numbers if you want to. For example, I'm going to paste something else just so you can see. Here we go. I just pasted a random number there, and once I'm happy with everything, I'm going to deploy the stack. It shouldn't take long. And as you can see, that's been done. Let's go back to 192.168.1.3, and I think we need port 3000. Again, all the information is in the description below, and I'm going to link to the Adguard page. So I'm getting started here, and I'm going to do all interfaces to listen. The port, I think I'm going to change that to 30. The DNS server is 53. Yeah, I'm going to leave that on 280, but you can do with the 3000 as well if you want to. It's up to you. But I'm going to do 80 there. So I'm going to admin, and I got my password. I'm going to confirm. I'm going to say never here. I don't need. In this page, it tells you how to configure your router, your Windows, Mac OS, Android, iOS, and also we got the DNS privacy. I'm going to copy that one there. I'm going to next, and I'm going to open the dashboard. Again, I'm going to do admin and the password. Don't forget to use a very strong password, and again, change the username for something else. For this tutorial, I'm using admin. Let's do never here and not now. As you can see, 0 DNS queries. Now what we're going to do, we're going to configure Windows. I'm using Windows, so I'm going to change the interface there. But let's have a look a little bit inside here. We got some of the settings. We can change that to block domains and filters. We can have the user Adguard browsing security web service. We got user safe. We got the parental control. It's up to you how you want to do it. It's plenty of information here. DNS settings, I'm going to leave it for this. I'll leave you to as well to explore more on this particular one. There is not much you can do unless you want to change from Quad 9 to Cloudflare, for example. We got the HCP if you want to enable it. We got some of the list. 2 already there. One is a rule count. You might want to check for updates, and as you can see, the rules count just went up to 7,000. There are also many other lists that you can add, for example, from here, or you can actually upload your own from lists from over the internet. There are plenty of them. I haven't tried the Pi hole lists if it works, but maybe it does. I'm not sure. I'm going to save it, and as you can see, that has been added and also updated automatically. We got custom rules if you want to make your own. Those are some of the examples, just in case you want to make it. You can view the query log, Now let's go to Windows. As I said, I'm going to change the adapter information. Here we go. We got services too. This is something I'll be using, as I said, for tutorials. I'll be using totally different one there, and I'm going to add the DNS by clicking add, and I'm going to add the IP address that is the 192.168.1.3. This is the reason why if I let Docker to give me an IP, that would not work because it's totally different subnet. So you don't want to do that. So you want to do with a Mac VLAN. Alright, so I'm going to paste my IP address, press add, OK, and OK. And we are up and ready. Go back to the dashboard. As you can see, everything's 0. I'm going to Social Blade. I'm going to look at the statistics for my web YouTube channel, and as you can see, everything is already being filtered. In those white boxes is supposed to be the actual advertising. But again, I'm using also a browser ad stop, ad stop or whatever they're called. But for that page, I don't think I am. In fact, it is also disabled. So I'm going to refresh that, and as you can see, still nothing happening. So as you can see there, 30. I'm going to refresh the statistics, and we got 44. We got the DNS count. It tells you what is being blocked, what is not being blocked or processed. Again, you can go on top and unblock or block if you want. As you can see here, you can unblock it, or you can actually block those ones as well. It's up to you, and you can actually add more to the list. All right, so here we go. This the query log. Let's go back to the dashboard. Adguard comes with multiple languages. You can change the language from the bottom right, and here you can find all the, well, there are lots of languages. It's up to you. If you want to change it, just leave it in English. What I'm going to do now, I just turned off and see if I can actually show you exactly. Here we go. I just refreshed it, and as you can see now, you can actually see advertising because I didn't actually show you how it really works. So now I'm going to enable again, refresh the statistics. So it's 212, as you can see there. I'm going to refresh again, and as you can see, they're all gone. I don't know about the difference between these ones and Pyhole. I don't know with Pyhole. I think you got a lot more things you can do with it. I mean, I don't want to go too much in details because this is not that kind of a, the difference between the two, one versus the other. But I prefer the other one, to be honest. But this is also a very nice, very easy to use and set up. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining me for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did making it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click on the bell icon. So this is the end, and I'll see you next time.